Hello everyone! Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Today we're going to start off with the Final Fantasy XIV Valentine's event. I'm going to call it Valentine, even though it might be pronounced something different. I'm just going to call it Valentine's. And then we're going to get on with 5.5 MSQ. Hopefully this weekend we can finish the rest of Post-Shadowbringer's MSQ, because 5.5 and 5.55 are about the length of a regular content patch. Maybe a little bit shorter, but I suspect there are going to be a ton of cutscenes, because that's how the finale is going to be. Like, there's going to be a... You should set aside time for this really long cutscene kind of thing. Also, things are probably going to go crazy. I look forward to it. Anyway, let's get on with the Valentine's event. Oh, it started in Gridania here, at the amphitheater like usual. Let's go ahead and talk to this person and get started. Let me fix my camera. I must convince her. I must. I don't remember doing the Valentine's event, but now that I see this person, I'm pretty sure I did it last year. Suited for affection. Lisette de Valentine's gaze is sultry, yet her eyes wander uneasily. A dawn light kisses sky above, so too eternal beams of love. Though dusk may drown the world in gray, the night shall taste. Why, hello there. If it isn't my hero of zeal, my champion of cherishes, 'tis ever a pleasure to meet you in this rosiest of seasons. If you have a moment, I should be much obliged to hear your thoughts upon a certain matter of the heart. Of my heart, to be precise. You see, my sister Astrid has been demanding to lead the celebrations this year. Yet while her enthusiasm does her credit, I simply cannot shirk my responsibilities as head embassy of Ardor. No matter what I say, she refuses to budge on the matter, but perhaps she would heed reason were it to come from an impartial party. And such a charming one at that. So I beg you, will you not try to talk some sense into her? I heard what my sister told you, but I simply must be allowed to oversee the festivities this year. I have my reasons. Lisette herself has love, yet she devotes all her time and energy to happiness of others when she should be focusing on her own. I must confess, I didn't always approve of my sister's choice of partner. With his lowly upbringing, I had believed Hortefence didn't deserve her. That's right, there's something about them courting last year or something. But through my work as an emissary, I've come to realize that such things as birth and station matter not as long as there is love. Sure. And you should embrace this occasion to foster that love instead of worrying about others. Look here, Astrid, I appreciate your concern, I do, but the reputation of the House Valentine hinges on the success of these celebrations. As Lady of the House, I've labored to ensure that everything has gone smoothly, year in and year out. Failure is not an option. You understand this, yes? I know this full well, sister, and I won't fail us. I even have the assistance of our new emissary in training. What do you think, adventurer? I say leave it to Astrid, and if that makes things feel better, I'll help too. Will this ministry in training spend more time helping or, training? Well now, who am I to turn away and offer to help from such a charming adventurer? Yes, with your good self watching over Astrid, I believe I can entrust this year's celebration to her with an easy heart. I hereby leave our legacy in your hands. So long as you stay true to your heart, you will surely do us proud. And even should anything go awry, fret not. There's little I cannot fix with my indubitable charms. Right then. I suppose I'll go and embrace the spirit of the season. Doesn't seem too keen on it. Ooh, with Lisette gone, we can finally begin our work. Speaking of which, I must immediately impose upon you, of course. Originally, I was meant to make the rounds with Emile, our new recruit, I really hope it's not him. Okay. Our new recruit, to advertise the event we shall be hosting later on. However, now that I have officially assumed my sister's responsibilities, I'm required to remain here at her post. Might you accompany Emile in my stead? Stoic nod. Thank you. Pray wait a moment while I fetch her. Okay, good, it's not Emmanuel or whatever his name is. Damn. In love's fine season. Oh wait, this is the wrong person. Oh, did she change? Okay, she changed. That's why I'm confused. She was wearing the suit before. Ahem. In love's fine season, our task is one, to spread gay tidings to all and one? Allow me to present our new allow me to present our new apprentice of affection. Yes, well, the dress is quite a departure from the usual attire. I like it. But if I am to follow in Lisette's footsteps, I naturally must adopt her lovely image. Nice to meet you, adventurer. My name is Emile, and it will be my pleasure to advertise the festivities together. Let Emile know when you are ready to fly forth upon the wings of ardor, and spread the word of our happy congregation. Confused nod. I like the dress, but I don't think it'll look good on my character. Go forth, my sweet cherubs of passion. Deliver your messages of love, and return hither once you're done. That doesn't really suit her, the way this is speaking like that. Shall we be off then? This being my first time promoting an event, I'm not certain how to start talking to strangers. May I ask you to take the lead? Oh, trust me, I'm good at just talking up the town. Thank you. I'll be sure to observe closely. Now then, shall we head to the Leatherworkers Guild? I dare say folk there will be interested in our event. Emile is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with the quest objectives. You can leave Emile behind by entering a different area or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Emile accompanying you again, return and speak to her at the original location. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companion to initiate their bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Time to RP. Let's tilt up a little bit, and then looks like we got... Right, we're heading over to the Leatherworkers Guild. Backdash is a forward dash if you use it right. Well, let's see what Emile has to say about the Leatherworkers Guild. Look, you can just see the amphitheater from here. I simply love Valentine's Day. The soft colors, the hearts, the adorable costumes. I'm so glad I found the courage to ask Lisette if I could become an emissary. It's nothing short of a dream come true. That's cute. Hello there. Looks like I'm early. Wonder if there's something to do to pass the time. Come to the Valentine's Day celebration with us. Hearken thee, for the Valentine's Day, that grand celebration of ardor and affection is come once more. Lally-ho! Cheerful and to the point. That I can do. Valentine's Day celebration are being held in the Miketo's amphitheater. There will be costumes and merrymaking, and a special congregation within participants profess their love. Please join us if you have the time. Well now, that does sound like fun. I'll head over at once. My thanks for letting me know. That went well. Let's keep up the good work. Next, let's head to the Shaded Bower, on the way to the markets. Oh, and I shall try taking the lead this time. Your example was most inspiring. Okay, let's head on over there. Yesterday I played a little bit more Wrath Classic finally after like 2 or 3 weeks. And I got to level 20, so I was able to get a mount. There's no shortage of Valentine's gifts to choose from at the markets. By all accounts, the most popular chocolate is from the Bismarck. Are you planning to give a special someone a gift too? Assuming you have the skills, they say nothing conveys your feelings quite like chocolates you made yourself. And if you're thinking of flowers, the red-azim rose never fails to please. I'll keep that in mind. Nothing feels so fine as finishing up a good day's work. Come and celebrate Valentine's Day with us. We're hosting a Valentine's Day celebration at the Miketo's Amphitheater. Come join us for refreshments, costumes, and a special event wherein participants proclaim their affections. A handsome invitation from a handsome lass. How could I refuse? I'll bring my wife too. She loves her festivals. Wonderful! We look forward to seeing you there. Handsome. If anything, I wanted winsome. Wanted to be winsome. What? I'll just have to try harder next time, I suppose. Well, let's make our way through the ebony stalls and to the Centaur's Eye. I think that's yep, up north there. So now in Wrath Classic, it feels a lot faster to get stuff done. And then I had made more than enough gold, so I didn't have to like think about how much it would cost to buy the mount or riding. This is my brother-in-law's shop. He proposed to my sister on Valentine's Day, and they've been inseparable ever since. That's cute. A very good evening to you, miss. Do you not simply adore the sweet season of ardor and affection? Probably not. Oh, you're one of the Valentine's Day people, I take it? Indeed, I am. Over at the Miketo's Amphitheater, we are hosting a delightful event with gorgeous costumes to try on, and an opportunity to speak of love to your heart's content. Well now, what a passionate and dashing emissary you are. Thank you for the invitation, and good luck with the festivities. Huh? Dashing? I know it was said in kindness, but no. This is no time to complain. Not when Astrid's trying so hard to do her sister proud. Flashbang. She was hesitant about the dress. Said that such attire doesn't become her. I think it looks great. What are you talking about? But she donned it anyway in order to be like Lisette. And she positively shines in it, don't you think? Yeah, I just said multiple times it looks good. It was to help her shine even brighter that I decided to wear this suit. I believed it would serve to provide contrasts to when we're side by side on stage. But this simply isn't me. I've always preferred to look ladylike, adorable. And being called handsome and dashing reminds me how far from myself I am really right now. So you don't need to wear the suit. I need to persevere. I know this. It isn't the. I know this. It isn't the time to be selfish, and yet, I don't think having preferences is selfish. I'm sure Astrid would want you to feel comfortable. Yeah, I don't think you need to push yourself in this way. Truly? Then perhaps I will speak to Astrid about it. I'll need a moment to gather my thoughts, but let's meet back at the amphitheater shortly. Yeah, I understand why she chose the suit. But I get the feeling that both of them are kind of pushing themselves when they really don't need to. Anyway, let's see what happens now. Ah, there you are. I tried gathering my thoughts, but I still don't know how I should broach the subject with Astrid. Nevertheless, I'm determined to speak with her, and I would be grateful for your presence. Okay. I mean, I think the dress is really cute, but I get the feeling that you two should just, like, switch places. Or rather, switch outfits. Welcome back, my messengers of messages. How fared your efforts? Oh, splendidly. We met many souls eager to celebrate this season of love, but, if I may, there's something I wanted to discuss with you. She does not look happy. Later, perhaps. You're looking a little pale, Astrid. Are you feeling well? Oh, fret not, Emil. I'm simply blanched with anticipation for today's most lovely events, piqued with pleasure, as it were, weak that with, oh, who am I fooling? The truth is, people have been bombarding me with compliments about my appearance. See, they're gonna be complete opposites. Every second person says that I look sweet or adorable, and it's positively exhausting. You can see, like, just switch outfits. Again, I think it looks really cute, but if she doesn't like that, then don't wear it. As a daughter of nobility, I know I ought to desire such praise. Beauty and grace are highly commendable virtues in our circles, after all. But one day I met a knight, a fellow daughter of a noble house, and I found myself drawn to her strength and gallantry. Our famous ancestor, Countess Arabelle, was also a skilled warrior, you know. Alas, I've never had the physical disposition for such rigorous calling. And though I find comfort in the incorporating the spirit of chivalry into my guise and mannerisms, if I'm the one to be an emissary worthy of succeeding Lisette, I must accept the attire that comes with the position, and set aside my own preferences. No, you don't. Like, this is about a season about love, and you want to express it differently. Emil would be happy to trade outfits with you. Embracing one's own preferences is an expression of love. Yeah, that's kind of what I just said. It may be said that to prefer is to love. Still, as an emissary, I cannot allow my personal concerns to interfere with my duty. Oh my god, just trade clothes. Astrid, I know your feelings all too well, for I have them too, though in reverse to you. I find it uplifting to be called sweet or adorable, yet I feel anything but in this handsome suit. As emissaries of love, our duty is to help promote people embrace their hearts. But how are we to do this if we don't embrace our own? If we don't love ourselves and pursue our own happiness? You're right, Emil. You're absolutely right. There I was, chiding Lisette for ignoring her own happiness, yet here I am, guilty of doing the very same thing. In order to become a great emissary like my sister, I had believed that I needed to emulate her completely, but that isn't the case. No, as my sister herself advised, I need to stay true to my heart. Only then can I hope to become the best emissary that I can. Were it not for your encouragement, Astrid and I might have continued to be miserable, trying to be someone we're not. Thank you for helping us be true to ourselves. Come, Emile, let us trade outfits at once. Plus, I think the dress looked better on the other one, but they look fine. They both look fine. Ah, there's the set. Just so. To succeed someone doesn't mean you have to imitate them. Now that Astrid has learned this, she's truly ready to take over the Valentine legacy. Which means we can start considering our future in earnest. Among other things, I still need to pay my respect to your family. Yes, well, we'll get around to doing that soon enough. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, you know. Uh-oh. That was cute. You now have access to the Valentine ceremony and seasonal incense. To enter the venue, speak with the House Valentine servant at the Miketos Amphitheater. The Valentine ceremony is in instance designed for a part 2. Oh, because I can't do it. There are no class, jobs, or level requirements for participation. In the event you register for the ceremony alone, your partner will be found via matchmaking system. They knew what they were doing. Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and try that out. Personally, I think Astrid looks better in the dress, but she doesn't like it, so whatever. Thank you for reminding me how important it is to stay true to oneself. I feel so much more confident like this. For the sake of my sister's happiness and that of my own future, I will proudly carry out my duties as head emissary. The day's crowning event is about to begin, adventurer. Folk from all wakes up will speak of the greatest love while dressed in the latest Valentine fashions. You'll be staying to watch, of course. Sure. Let's watch it. Whose presentation will you want? Trace the adventures and foster flora, the soul of the wood, great oak building, infatuated emissaries series. Wait a minute. Is it gonna be them two? May I have a warm welcome, Lisette de Valentine and her beloved Sir Hortefence. Tell us, what inspired you to participate in today's events? Well, I could hardly forgo the splendid production of Ardor and Affection, hosted by my very own emissaries of love. Precisely. We are here to support you, and I suppose I'd like to profess my passions a little as well. How romantic! You have our audience captivated already. Tell us all about your love. Well, my love, my angel, that is. Oh, how am I to aptly summarize such feelings? Ever since my darling Lisette, my goddess, first descended upon me as I lay collapsed amongst the pillowed drifts, I knew that I could never love another. Even now, when she gathers me into her milky arms, Oh, what are you doing? Saying such embarrassing things out loud, and what's even worse is I don't dislike it. Yeah, there we go. When you bare your heart to me like this, it makes me think of all I like to bear in return. This is so sappy. And we can seem to be out of time. Perhaps these two love doves can continue their conversation somewhere private. Thank you very much. Jeez. Okay, well, that's cute. Now, they said to talk to the servant here. Let's go ahead and see what this is. Greetings and welcome, my lady. If you wish to undertake the Valentine ceremony, I should be pleased to assist you. Here. See what this is. Who would I get paired up with? Okay, it looks like we're just gonna have to run through a maze. Is this person gonna talk to me? Welcome to the Valentine's Day ceremony, Kupo. Here the pair of you will undertake 2 trials. By your performance, we will know your affinity to one another. One trial awaits. Oh, looks like I'm going to the right. Looks like we gotta do the hedge maze. Now, can I just jump over these? That'd be kind of boring if you could. Don't stray too far whenever their affinity will weaken. That's kind of annoying. No, you can't jump over these, right? Nope. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oops, getting a little bit too far away from each other. Oh, this is interesting. I think I'm going to need to step on this. Okay, and then they're going to need to run through their part of the maze. You need to... Oh no, I need to get all the way through. Okay. And then they'll be able to do their part. And then I gotta go through my gate. And then I'm gonna need to hit my button over here. I think I need to run back around here. Good enough. Okay, now she should be able to get over there. Okay. This is a little bit annoying, but it's not complicated enough that it will cause... that you can't just do it with a random person. Okay, and then they should be able to do their part. We gotta run all the way through here. Oops. Oops. Okay, now I need to... What port do I need to... It's like it doesn't matter. I doubt it really matters how close our affinity is or not. Looks like, yeah, I need to go through here. I'm gonna hit my button first. You should probably wait till I get back. Okay, now they can do it. Yeah, you could probably almost completely ignore the affinity mechanic, to be honest. And that was cool. Oh, right, that was the first trial. I hope there isn't more than, like, 2, because I don't... Okay, there's only 2 trials. Work together, matching pairs, okay. Give a little flash. Okay, I'll try to remember. Okay, that's 1, 3, 8, 5. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's a... Okay, so that means there's a 1 here. So which one are you gonna do? Because this is a 1. It's a bit of a pain, but... Go ahead and pick a card. It doesn't matter which one. Okay, that's a 5. Okay, that's that. So this was... You should do that card again. Yes, do this one. What? It wasn't? My memory's bad. Yeah, just pick one. We'll get this eventually. So that's a 3. This is a 3. I'm just gonna pick... They showed this one already. Yeah, just pick a card, because frankly, I don't remember. That's a 5. That's a 4. I don't know, you pick something, because I clearly don't know what I'm doing. My brain, I've completely forgotten this. What was that? Yeah, you tell me which one it is. Okay, he's saying to do this one. Thank you. Because my brain is not remembering these at all. Yeah, please, because I'm not remembering this. I don't know why my brain is not working. My brain is just not working right now. This one? No. Okay. This one. Let's let them do it. Nope, okay, that's 2 and a 3. I don't remember which ones was which. I'm gonna need to turn on a fan. It's getting hot in here. It's actually a bit warmer today. I think it was a 2 and a 3, but I don't remember. Okay, let's do this one. No, okay, which one? Okay, that's a 3, then this one was a 2. If I recall correctly. I think it was that one and then that one. This is a 2, we know that because we just did that. This is a 3, okay. Then I forget what this one was, and I forget what this one was. Okay, they want to try that one. And this one. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, those are both 4s. I don't know if we looked at this one in the back or not. I completely forgot. Okay, he's saying to do this one, right? Let's try this. Okay, both 3s. Okay, we're good. Glad this person just telling me what to do. Because I completely... My brain just isn't working right now for memory. Need to try on the outfit. Unfortunately, because I am a Vieira, I cannot wear the hat. Oh, we did terrible. Favorable, yeah, that's about right. Of course, you gotta commend your partner. Oh, come on, bro. You didn't commend me? Oh well. Let's go ahead and try on the outfit now. Oh, that doesn't look too bad, actually. Go put it in the armory and we'll get a better look at it. If you don't know, you can put all of the holiday items in the armory. Or I think that's how you pronounce it. And you don't have to use glamour prisms on your glamour dresser. Yep. Go ahead and put these in. Let's see, you have to look at the glamour plates. Let's go ahead and use this one. The all open armory, and then let's figure out seasonal gear. Right, I don't have a... Could be a lady's crown. I can wear it! Wear that too. I can wear that for some reason. Yeah, I can't wear the hat. That looks cute. Only the 4 items, right? Yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad. And then since I can't wear... You can wear that, though. That one or that one? I'm not a big fan of the leggings. Okay, clearly I gotta wear the fishnets. See, that doesn't really work. Yeah, the 2B thigh highs actually look a little bit better, to be honest. Or just regular tights. Yeah, clearly I need to wear those. What about boots? I mean, that's the more of a casual look. Hey, whatever. It's a cute dress. Now then, I think that's all we're gonna do for the Valentine's event. Let's head on over to... Where does this start? Mordona, of course it is. Teleport over to Modona, and then we're going to get started on MSQ in a minute. I think I'll take a quick break since we just finished up a little segment. I know it's only been like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. But I'm going to take a quick break before we get started. I think we gotta talk to Taru? Or Alize? Alize, okay. Right then, let's take Tataru's chair. Gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we'll go ahead and... Oops, that's not what I'm doing. I meant to press scroll lock. Actually, I want to check on something real quick. Let me... Actually gonna switch over to a blank screen for a little bit during the break. Let me copy the be right back text. Okay, time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. Okay. Wanted to check on something. I didn't remember. I thought I had done something, but I wanted to make sure I did. Alright then, let's go ahead and get started with 5.5 MSQ. Should start off with Unto the Breach, which is the one that we're on. Go ahead and talk to Alpha Node. Well, then we'll talk to Alizé and get the first quest started. In the face of this new draconic threat, we would indeed benefit from Astinian's presence. Yet I cannot help but wonder how Kryl and Tataru intend to locate him. Don't ask those kinds of questions, Alpha Node. He certainly seemed confident, however. Alpha Node, you are asking the very dangerous questions. Unto the Breach. Alizé is waiting patiently for the return of certain scions, not least of all you. Good news, Berlian. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald, and are on their way back here even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They are due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? That's right, the towers popped up and then Asahi, the Asine in Asahi's body was going crazy. Ah, a welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if this is any consolation, I myself was a little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alizé, Graha, and Beryllion. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't been all tales of triumph. Just as we were taking the steps towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? He probably drowned in the water or something because he can't swim. Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Raubon and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lisa said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Such devastation! Nerva and Illard, however, were notable by their absence. Really? Those are the, generals, right? Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fendel? Or however you say that person's name. Perhaps. Or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather transform it. Transform it? Into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of ether in mind, magitech, in other words. Yet, as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed, or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicion, It seemed wiser not to take the risk. That's probably a good idea. If Daniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certainly to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Raubon is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised Kryl. We need not all attend. Very well. I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak to Urianger before the meeting. Stoic nods. Quest accepted. Let's go to Alamigo. I have expected a cutscene. If you are curious to know what I will be doing in your absence, let us speak of it another time. At present, Kryl and I have no more than hypotheses. Of course, you keep your secrets. Garabanya. Teleport to Alamigan Quarter. Oh, this can't be good. Ariel. Alright, you're not from around here. Can't imagine you would call to chat means, but I ask you why. I feel like I recognize the name, but it must have been someone else. So this blue quest here, I believe, is the trial series, which we will do after we finish MSQ, because the last quest, I believe, is was added with 5.5. Well, first let's talk to everyone. Although I was only in Revenant's Toll for a short time, I did manage to squeeze in a brief drink with Flamine. Spring water only. It being a flying visit. I wonder if there have been any developments regarding the Amalja abductions. It can be no mere coincidence that the incidents began occurring just as the towers appeared. The royal menagerie is still closed to civilians. Daniel and his pets certainly left their mark. While we may safely presume that the Telophori Roy are being behind the works being carried out on the Imperial Palace, we can only guess at their purpose. Well, Urianger, what do you have to say? My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you... Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As we are to see you safely returned from your mission, Urianger, I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Well, if it isn't Alphinaud and his merry band. Probably Elise. Nope. Arenvald, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd grown a bit taller after the whole year in another world, but apparently not. Everyone always teasing Alphinaud. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body is hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elizin are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great archers, Aurochs, sure, we'll go with Aurochs, Such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eyes, but aren't you the giraffe? You're an elephant, you're the giraffe. It was not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Monbrita towered over me nonetheless. I mean, she's a Rogadin, so... Arnvald brings out the best in Elfinode, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. So, what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dolo, mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? For Dolo? She gonna, like, help them with the towers? If Fordola is going with him, that must mean... My apologies. As Arnvold rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Yeah, let's head on to the meeting. To meet up with Raubon again. Oh wow, everyone's here.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. 'Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Telophoroid's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us.
Oh, okay. I see where this is going.
I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
So these towers are gonna try and temper everyone. And mind control the whole world, basically. At least that's where I'm seeing this going. And we're gonna have to, like, figure out the Echo and stuff, more about the Echo and stuff to counter it. At least that's my guess at the moment.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
Ominous.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Didn't we kind of establish, or at least Xenos hinted, that the Echo can be used to, or at least the Echo can be used to control primals? In which case, wouldn't you kind of be able to use the Primal's influence to manipulate people and enthrall them or something like that? Yeah, we'll see.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Telophoroi, okay.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Well, yeah. It's me. Oh, and it's gonna be Fordola, too. And Arnvold.
What?
Isn't Arnvold, like, immune to tempering or something for some reason? I forget. Or at least can resist it.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
Yeah, I think Arnvold has the Echo, too. And she has the artificial Echo.
We're glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking we would send somebody in with the Echo, like, where's this tempering? I forgot that Arnvold, I knew that, I remembered Fordola had her artificial Echo, and then I forgot that Arnvold has the Echo as well. If it's small talk you're after, look elsewhere. I accept that numbers can provide a hindrance when infiltrating enemy territory, but to send only 2? Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore. Make sure to turn off auto advance. It's probably not going to be voiced. She doesn't... And
So you know,
yeah.
I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vamar at Ralga's Reach as well.
I believe Endwalker has the most voiced cutscenes out of all of the expansions, so that'll be cool.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm. but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
Yeah.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fudola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Like, she loves her country, but she chose the wrong side.
So the Empire's finished, is it? Well, that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Interesting. I didn't...
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
I hadn't thought of that take for writing the direction of her character. But it makes sense. So now Garlemald has been turned on its head. Like, who was she actually serving?
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
This joke.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
True.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime.
That's true, too.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
That's true. We still got a primal on the loose or whatever, right? Oh, phone call.
Oh, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. Oh, I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Again, Alpha Mode, don't ask questions.
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
Well, at least we know where he's going.
But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Oh yeah, her airship. Because of course Tataru got an airship, even though we were broke by the end of ARR.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Well then, I guess we're heading to Ishgard. Maybe we'll get to see Estinian. Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. His was another name that featured prominently in the history books, and it will be fascinating to meet a man in the flesh. T is always like that boy. I get the impression Arnvold is a lot more apprehensive than he lets on. He will have been grateful Alphanode was there to see him off. Here be dragons. Alphanode is keen to track down Estinian. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there is no time to lose. Alright, let's head off to Ishgard. Let's see, only 422. Alright, my brain was thinking we're going from Kugane, but we're not. We're in Garabania. Oh, right, where do we need to go? Right here? Assuming we find him, this will be my first encounter with the famous Estinian. That's right, she hasn't actually met him. And if this is half the man Alphanode claims, I fully expect to go weak at the knees. Perhaps to do a little bit of fainting while I'm at it. No, Alizane, that's not like you. I've only visited Ishgard once before, after the devastation of the 8th Umbral Calamity. To see the place in all its in all its original glory, is a tantalizing prospect indeed. All present? Good. Let's split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Brillian can delve into the nooks and crannies. I don't think Estinian's going to be in the open spaces. Very well. Let's reconvene at the airship later on, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel Manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return. Yeah, Lucia or, what's his name again? Handsome Elf Man number 2. I can picture him, Emmerich. But Emmerich was at Girabania with us at the meeting, so I doubt he's back yet. But let's see, but Lucia should still be here. Let's see what she has to say. Good evening to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? I see. No, we were not aware that Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich, only to find him absent? In any event, I am afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. Of course she hasn't heard him, that would be too easy. So we gotta meet back at the airship? Probably. Well, let's head over and meet up at the airships. I mean, if all else fails, we can just go and, like, get Tatari to get her special forces to track him down or something. Her very suspicious methods. Now, where's Alpha Node? Sir Estinian is every bit as elusive as Urianger suggested. And remember to disable it every single time. Need text advance.
Sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Except he wouldn't be in a crowd, because he's Estinian.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
No. They misunderstand. Oh.
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
Yeah, Estinian!
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Oh no, wrong one.
Too long?
Yeah, wrong one. He's getting her confused.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Twice as rugged! Oh no!
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong side?
Oh, she's gonna beat him up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I am not Alphino!
Yes!
If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Up to on a great start.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side.
Yep, I'm a fanboy. Yep.
To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
This is great.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Understandable
Is
reaction.
everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long. No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Except they look completely different.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
Oh, that's cute.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Yeah, Big
At
Brother
least someone's
Estinian.
having a good time.
What the hell, say?
You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
Perhaps he sees them not as the brothers he never had. Or perhaps he sees them as the brothers he never had. I think he learned how to talk with people rather than at them. Well, you can't keep him all to yourself. I'm really tempted to do 3. Yeah, let's go with that. See what she does.
Keep him to my... You're joking, aren't you? I'd be glad if someone would take him off my hands.
Oh, are you sure about that? Come on, Alze.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
You forgot, what their name is.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
Yeah, that's the dragon that's locked up there that
I
we talked
see.
to.
As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
I think she could put up with it.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
She's not lying, Estinian. She's serious.
Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
Of course.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less... blunt?
Nope, that's Estinian. That was funny. Tiamat summoned Bahamut once before. She may have again, willfully or no. Not to complain, but I didn't expect to find myself here again quite so soon. That's right, we were here with Alize and Grahatia to find out the, to help with the tempering cure stuff. So this is the Delta Quadrant, where countless dragons yet lie imprisoned, the great Tiamat being one among them. It has been quite some time since last I set foot in Azizlaw, but I understand that the 3 of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit? Alas not. We had no clue to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I would appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Brilliant is the person for the task. As far as I know, she's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. That's right. And we talked with Midgar Sommer and her. Even now, she remains a prisoner of the Allegan Empire. Let's just say it helped that Midgar Sommer was there to introduce me. Yeah, that's fine. Ah yes, you were a friend of her father. I too have met Tiamat. Flashbang. After the Dragonsong War came to a close, I came here to speak with her. A worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. Flashbang. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns undimmed. It torments her even now. I see. Then the original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Yeah. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. And just pick the coins. I'm never going to use this. Let's see, that was the second quest. Yeah, we still got 3 more. Our grandfather sacrificed everything to protect the realm from Bahamut. We must be prepared to do the same. The Azure Dragoons of history were the mortal enemies of the dragons, yet now they would be hard-pressed to find a soul who understood them better. It was the Ascians who taught Tiamat the secrets of summoning, even as they supplied the Alligans with the means to capture primals. So much suffering, all of it by design. It was by design?! Righteous in indignation, Estinian is ready to lead the way to Tiamat. Tiamat awaits. This way. Stoic nods. Oh, let's head on over there. Let's go talk to Tiamat and see what happened. Or if she's involved at all. Get the feeling she's not, but maybe she can give us some information that will help us. To think that man is responsible for all of this, and so much else that dragonkind has suffered. Oh, yep, there she is. Resigned to her fate, though she may be, I cannot help but feel that we may be able to help Tiamat, would she only let us. So this is one of the 7 great worms. Even thus confined, her presence is overwhelming. ... I mean, I don't know what I expected talking to Estinian. My sire's mortal companions, what bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
That's what I figured. I didn't think she was the one that summoned Bahamut this time. That my sins should be repeated. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know of none save the dragon of Mericidia, our children. The Icon claimed their souls when first he manifested, and robbed of their will, they became tools for the Allagan's dark designs.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
It's part of Coils, I believe. Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness. Again, you would profane the memory of my beloved and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths in which you will not stoop? She's mad.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering.
He's just gonna say it.
But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
He is quite blunt. What wouldst thou have from me, slayer of dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm.
Oh, he's telling her to suck it up and break out of those chains.
To ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Man, she's just gonna pull a Hastefalger. And just sit it out. Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire. What words shall have to suffice? Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my might to bring him forth. You who contended the Icon, come on.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Oh, he's calling her out. Indeed. Ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee of the power we of the First Brood wield. Yeah, Estinian would know. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay the price. But it is of little matter, for even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past.
He's the one saying
that
this.
You committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Again, Alphanum's the one saying this. A chance to make amends, to lay Bahamut's memory to rest. You're playing answers in the background? When your own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow. For the debt I owe to Hydaelyn, and to all who have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man. I want to listen to what song it is. This is Revolutions. I think it's Revolutions. Or is it Dragon Song? I don't know. It's one of those. I would play Revolutions now. Probably just have the complete wrong song. Oh, let's talk to them. It won't make up for what she suffered at the hands of men, but if there's a chance we can free her, truly free her, we owe it to her to try. I confess, my heart was in my throat when Estinian thought to berate her, but it appears to have had the desired effect. It would seem she still has some pride after all. Let's see if she's as good as her word. While Porxies have been shown to be effective at curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. What do you mean? We got a Estinian and me here. What's the problem? Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Alligans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. Of course he does. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of these shackles. I know Alpha Note and Beryllian here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Oh, trust me. Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do claim to know all about her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step towards a brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you're not as young as you look. Oh boy, no he isn't. Make that, but when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. Estinians dealt with Tataru to know that's not a good idea. I see. Ahem. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the Flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with that. The Aether Chemical Research Facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this. A spirit vessel, containing a small amount of my blood. Oh yeah, then we can get into Alligan stuff. Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Urianger, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines. so I keep one at ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for to use to you, I can recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to the restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood, and armed with the spirit vessel, I posit that they will do with the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try at least. Agreed. We will take good care of it. To the flagship, then. Stoic nod. Okay, let's talk to Alizé and Graha, and then we'll head over to the flagship. It's possible the restraints may have mitigated the effects of the tempering, but Tiamat has been enthralled to Bahamut for thousands of years. To have clung on to her reason through it all says a lot of her strength of will. More than a lot. Alizé and I shall remain here and attend to necessary preparations. In the event that the spirit vessel fails to work as expected, you know where to find me. Good luck. Alright then, let's head on over to the flagship. Yep, we're gonna head up to the Aether Chemical Research Facility. So we've dealt with this before. I believe this is where the triad or whatever we did. I mean, we did a bunch of stuff here. I would rather leave these alligator contraptions to you and Alpha Node. Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is to simply identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned that what we can, we shall reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Alright then, let's go search for the correct node. Let's see, where would it be? Maybe it's the objective marker. Grr. Data link with the Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. No, let's not do that. Friction between metallic components detecting temperature increased to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. Psst. Again, not what we need. Where's the last one? Well, there's Alpha Node. Let's go talk to him. I realize I've said this before, and on more than one occasion, but I never cease to be amazed by elegant technology. Amazed and disturbed. Understandable. Let's see if Estinian is around. Well, there's the objective that we need. But let me see if I can find Estinian around here. Okay, so he has moved, but maybe he's just not in the area. That's fine, let's talk to the node. Bleep bloop. Warning. Scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in negative 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Well, that doesn't sound good. Infernal things. One of them sent a swarm of mechanical Valentione to plague me. I must have angered it. Well, that wouldn't surprise me. I'm afraid, Justinian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? I did, a note which smelled like burned hair. Yes, a chippering note which spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraints. I, found a way to activate mechanical sentries, if that's a help. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does not sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node which Grahas spoke. And it was chirping, you say? Very well, let us take a closer look. Can we just literally just go over it? Let's not try and engage this thing. How did the Alligans tell these godforsaken things apart? Well, this one's green and round. The one over there was yellow and rectangular. And this one says Clamorous Node above its head. What are you talking about? There's no thing that says Clamorous Node above his head. As I suspected, the node will not acknowledge my authority to issue it instructions. Nope. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanism? Yes. Blip bloop. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanism may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. We haven't fixed your tempering yet. Bloop. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Bloop. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Let's just use my name. Bloop. Welcome, Brilliant Mason. You may operate the dragon restraints mechanism when ready. Blip bloop. Error. Unable to disengage your restraints of the specimen. Tiamat. A system update. A system update is required. Of course it is. A system update? What do you suppose it is asking of us? I could hazard a guess. Of course it needs updates. Well, that's more than I can say. Confounded bloody thing. Estinian being a boomer as usual. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. Bloop. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to central control system. However, I am unable to establish link to said system due to obsolescence of my own software. So it's an IoT device. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So this thing releases the restraints or not. Of course, a Stini can't do anything with technology. It can, but only once it has received the required system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there and spewing nonsense? Yes. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating plastification protocols. Blue. I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. Stoic nod. This is hilarious. I'm wondering if I should continue for now. Because I need to stop in like 20 minutes. Yeah, let's just go ahead and stop here. I'd like to go a little bit longer, but I'm slightly tired and I need to leave on time today. So that's gonna stand next to handsome elf man number 3. It's gonna be all for today. I stare dreamily at Estinian. It's gonna be all for today. Tomorrow we will start off with our usual weekly Golden Saucer stuff, and then we'll continue on with 5.5 MSQ. Until then, goodbye.